domestic player now. That's right.
That opens up the possibility for FPX to actually stuff another Korean on their starting lineup if they so choose to.
Well said, Clement. Well said.
integrate.
Yeah, no. We'll jump into game number 2. Invictus Gaming once again on the blue side here, which they had success with in last game. We'll see what comes out crazy, because right now the standard bans are Nautilus, the Pantheon towards Doomby, but of course Aphelios, we will not see him today. All bets off. You know?
Yep. From what we've been hearing, the general consensus is that he's just a little bit overstated.
Yeah.
So I don't expect anyone to actually let him out. He's over 100% ban rate in High Challenger Korea right now.
Makes sense.
Which just goes to show you...
Over 100%.
Over 100%. Both teams banned it.
101%. Wow. Now I understand what you mean. Look, he's right now Moonlight Vigil, and you're telling me Infernum is just ridiculous. But I'll digress. We see an IG ban for the Rumble on blue side this time around.
Yeah, very interesting. So Rookie basically handing in the towel and saying, you know what? I'm not going to touch this.
If I can't play it, no one can. Okay.
And we're looking at the third ban here. What we did mention, there are a lot of ADCs that FPX probably don't want on the hands of Puff. Puff actually did play a bit of Lucian as well, but mainly we've been seeing the ridiculous plays from Lucian in the Shy solo queue.
I was about to say,
also
remember
Rookie.
that Lucian just spreads across the map here for Invictus Gaming. So that's a multi-ban from FPX. But you've got the Kiana first pick again. So when we were talking about Ning not willing to pick up this champion, looks like those days are over.
Yep.
Also a flex between IG, so not going to call it yet.
I think they're going to continue with the misfortune. If they don't pick it up here, it's so easy for IG to just instantly lock that in. And with Puff's laning prowess, I think it's going to be a massive problem for FPX. So they're pretty much forced into this champion pick at this point.
But do they go and switch their jungler? Remembering that to the mid lane, Elise has been a favorite of TN before. Freeze up Doomby. Great gank potential. Great diving potential. He's going through them all.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that FPX actually won the Game 1 draft, and if they played with a little bit more patience, they should have taken that game. So they're going back to, you know, what has worked so far.
Yep.
And on the other hand, we're seeing IG lock down the Varus, and usually it's the Tahm Kench because he does lack mobility, but they are considering the Braum with his recent buffs. And
yeah.
He does play a lot of Braum as well.
He does play a lot of Braum, also plays a lot of Tahm Kench, so I like that we're going between those two. Varus, a little bit of a change up here in 10.1. Bit of extra damage on the Q, so...
A lot of extra armor as well. That was his main buff. So, unfortunately for Braum, his first item typically isn't the Gargoyle Stoneplate. So, giving him a little bit of stats to match up to guys like Nautilus or Leona is really going to help him here. And we're seeing FPX not actually challenging the top lane. Now, I will point out that we have seen Dornby play Mordekaiser mid as well.
True.
But it typically isn't a pick that you want to show early on. He has very limited mobility, and if the enemy can get a very strong mid-jungle combination, then you're in trouble. Like, if they just go for something with hard CC, it's going to be difficult for Mordekaiser actually to come out of that lane, so I'm still expecting him more likely to be a top lane pick.
That's true, but this time around, we're not waiting for that top lane counter pick or that top lane last pick, as we talked about with FPX.
Yeah, I think FPX are probably going to be forced to ban out the Aatrox at this point.
Yep. I can see that. We've already got an Elise ban on the side of FPX. IG actually respect Doomby's Rise, who dealt a bucket load last game, but instead FPX, no, they banned the Gragas away, so they're jungle focused here, assuming that Kiana is going into a side lane. Yeah,
this is a little bit weird because I feel like the jungle picks are just done to make sure that, you know, they don't run away with a potential Mordekaiser, ganking Mordekaiser mid over and over again. That's what it feels like to me. And FPX are just, they're kind of hinting that, hey, this Mordekaiser can go both ways with their bans as well. So a bit of interesting development here.
But you know what I like? When FPX hover Tahm Kench, you know what they say? They say we're going to dive. And Thresh can facilitate the same thing. That's going to go over to Crisp. So bottom lane set up once again. The last pick, mid lane.
Raz lesson.
Yeah?
You know, never talk about hovers.
Oh. It always gets you. Okay, Invictus Gaming. Let's change things around. Let's see where that Kiana is finally going.
Not a lot of knockups so far, so Don't expect the Yasuo. Kennen was the most played champion for the Shy in 2019.
But we get an Orianna. So, hello, Rookie.
This is one of his old go-to picks.
Yeah.
Whenever he needs something blind, I think Orianna is just one of the champions that you've always seen Rookie turn towards.
Yep.
Great late game scaling, can keep his distance against the Mordekaiser.
But FPX left the Aatrox open, and you were mentioning it just before. That's going to be taken away by the Shy. So once again, the Kiana goes into jungle.
Yeah, this is what I thought was going to happen, because Aatrox is such an obvious counter pick to the Mordekaiser that you really wouldn't draft this way unless you were going to ban the Aatrox. So then banning away the the priority junglers basically meant that they wanted this Mordekaiser to go mid, make sure that he wasn't going to collapse early, and now they have a counter pick opportunity against the Shy. This is going to be amazing. This is exactly what they wanted with Khan.
We finally got it. I didn't want to see another Ornn matchup, right? I'd never say that on broadcast, but we get Khan's Fiora versus the Shy Aatrox. We actually get revenge in the top lane and see how it's going to be served between them, because Clement, I look at that composition. You got Mordekaiser, you got Fiora, you got a similar type of bot lane. FPX are running it again.
Yeah, and this is a very strong 1-3-1 composition they could transition into. The mid game is going to be dominant. You know, you can catch someone in Cataclysm. Mordekaiser can follow up on that very easily, just drag someone into the Death Realm. Well, IG, I feel like their composition is a little bit less focused. They have the Braum to counter out the Misfortune, but their mid lane's not going to be operational until much later into the game. And the Aatrox versus Fiora matchup, it's a very heavy skill matchup. However, I will say that I do favor the Fiora just a tad bit, because everything from Aatrox is going to be fairly telegraphed, and that's going to give a lot of riposte time for the Fiora.
I'll also add as well, for Invictus Gaming, the similarity between Game 1 and Game 2, it feels like they've built up the stacking ultimates again. You think Supreme display of talent, you think Shockwave, Aatrox dunking down with his Q in World Ender, and suddenly you've got a combination again that they've built. So for FPX, that was part of the way that they lost the last game, was with the ultimates that were so nicely layered. IG can do it again.
It is a combination, but the power spikes don't align themselves that well for the likes of IG. Orianna is still a champion pick that, while I've seen Rookie play very lane dominantly with this champion, I don't expect him to have the same impact as something like the Rumble in terms of the first Drake fight. So this is something that I feel like IG was actually confused. That was a good play on FPX's part. Just showing the Mordekaiser, not banning the Aatrox, and then still saving the final counter pick for Khan.
It seems like FPX brought the 500 IQ to attempt to bring us into a Game 3. But it does come down to this game, and see if FPX can keep the wheel turning. Because you've got Khan, you've got the Shy in the same game, and you finally got the carry versus carry that we've been waiting for. I want to see what happens up in the top lane, and I want to see FPX running into Invictus Gaming for game number 2 to kick off Spring. And Umi still supports FPX. She's still there every single week.
Can always hear her leading the chant. She's the president of the Doinby fan club.
Of course.
And if you want to buy Doinby merchandise, there's actually a lot that she produces.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure, you know what, after winning Worlds, I'm sure that merchandise is going to be worth a lot more money.
Oh, yeah. Plus the skin, too. You know, picking the Malphite skin always feels bad because I just don't think there's going to be that many Malphite players.
Dude. The Malphite players, everyone's hating it because in solo queue, that's when the Malphite players will come out full skin. So I think it's a great move. You know?
I have to support Jackie Love in his decision. He was basically saying, I'm picking Kai'Sa because she's pretty overpowered, at least in 2000.
Everyone will buy her.
Yes. I want my auto attack animation to look as sharp as possible so it will get the greatest reach.
And that's the big brain play out of Jackie Love. So I'm sure the name will be thrown around. We're having a quick look at where the junglers are starting this game. We're on the normal side, but you saw a ward was actually dropped by Invictus Gaming towards red buff, so they know Tien is towards the top side, but he's going for vertical jungling to kick us off.
Yeah, and just looking at these trade patterns coming in from Rookie, that's such a interesting build from him. He's going the phase rush just so that he can have maximum punishment in this lane early.
Looks like the phase rush is working out so far. Doinby has opted in, of course, with the Conqueror on the Mordekaiser. So getting pushed in nice and early here from Rookie. good to see that the lanes are shifting a little bit to kick us off in Game 2, Clement.
Tien coming in for the gank, gets the slow.
Okay, flag and drag used anyway. That's the immediate flash out of the Shy, so ability to repeat the gank in the top lane.
Might be one of the few scenarios where we could see the Shy bested in lane. It's only happened a couple times in the entirety of the LPL.
True.
We've been able to see Flandre do it, Zoom do it, but not much else beyond those names listed. So if the Khan can join that club, it's going to be a great news for FPX.
Really good start to the year, I'd say, as well. We were questioning how he would assimilate on this roster when Gimgoon himself was part of the success of FPX. The ability to play weak side. If FPX can turn that into a bonus, then they could be even more unstoppable than they already were in 2019. He's got a CS lead up here. He's gone for biscuits as well, so there's a lot of regen on Khan with the Doran's Blade intact.
And with this wave slow pushing over, I do think that we might have to see some jungle presence in the top lane coming in from IG just to make sure that he isn't dove.
But Ning's down bottom. He's doing Scuttle Crab right now. He's gone in for the vertical jungling. FPX are aware because there was a ward dropped on the Wolf camp, which has now been taken, as far as I can see. And Tien is going back towards the top lane. He's level 3. He's looking for a path in.
Yeah, there's no flash on the Aatrox, and this is going to be very dicey. I do expect Ning to match here. He is going up towards the top side.
He has backed. He's picked up the Skirmishing Smite, so he's got an item advantage over Tien.
I will say they did spot Jarvan 4 coming in based on the ward they had at Wolves, and the Shy does get a good trade here.
I mean, he's level 3, but the thing is, the Shy might be able to survive this gank. Into the flag drag, he picks up Conquerors. A great riposte there from Khan. Tien takes the turret perfectly. First blood, first flash. Khan survives. That was masterclass, and they get out.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for IG. They really needed Qiyana up top. It was a very telegraphed play, and they even saw the Jarvan 4 moving up. So unfortunate that they were not able to match here. However, Rookie, knowing where the jungler is on the map, might get this kill. Wow, great placement of that orb.
Yeah, Duumbi is low. He's backing, otherwise he's dead. He's got teleport, Clement, so he will be able to get back in lane. But Rookie has the same, and he has a CS advantage, building up to 20 at 4-5 minutes in the game.
You just forget about Orianna even exists in the meta. The only person that consistently just picks it up out of nowhere has been Rookie in these games. And he's showing his mastery on the champion just with the phase rush, making sure that Doinby can never get any of those pulls and get his death rises to continue to stick on him.
And this is a really different dynamic, isn't it? Because now that mid lane is controlled by Invictus Gaming, there's no freedom for Doinby to make roams. There's no freedom for Doinby to actually survive lane, then look for something else. He's under the whim of Rookie. And remember, Rookie almost has level 6, so there's kill threat there.
Yeah, and that's always been the classical answer on how to defeat FPX. You have to cut the spinal cord off and basically make sure that Tien and Doinby cannot be this giant roaming unit. Looking at the bot lane, IG has actually been getting better ends of these trades from what we've been seeing.
However, even though Ning's here, Tien is doing the dragon, so while I agree, you look at the objectives, once again, FPX are on top of it. Infernal into Mountain next. Bit of bonus stats here for FPX to kick off the game.
Just a small note that Drakes individually are not as strong as they were before. It's more about playing towards the stacks these days. You only get 4% extra attack damage and AP compared to the old season. So I actually think that a lot of times the individual Drakes don't matter that much in the scheme of things. A lot of times if you get the Herald trade and you're able to snowball some gold off of it, I consider that a win.
Okay, that's fair.
But, you know, still a good find for FPX, using that teleport timing quite well.
Still about playing the long con, isn't it? Getting those dragons up to get the soul, because dragon souls are pretty busted, if I dare say so myself. And building up to that, FPX have begun. So when you have a game that, as we talked about, relies on these key ultimates to kind of lay down for FPX, and the side lanes that we talked about, having the Dragon Soul once again is to the merit of FPX.
The Shy just looking for some poke, trying to see if he can force out that riposte in any part of the fight.
But he is not winning these trades whatsoever. I know we talked about this matchup, Clement, but double Doran's Blade, the cookies are still coming in there for Khan. He has a 15 CS lead. This lane is hurting for the Shy.
And it's exactly what we wanted to see from Khan. Doinby's actually getting his footing in lane as well. Once he hits that level 6, it's going to be very difficult for Rookie to actually approach him. You can just flash and R him. And with that jungle,
oh, hang on, grand challenge, immediate flash. Khan wants to flex onto the Shy. He didn't burn his flash, but Khan did so. There's a slight advantage for the Shy if he can turn this back around.
Yeah, that was a really quick move by the Shy. He instantly hugged the wall and made sure that the 4th Vital was not going to proc, and with Khan seeing that, he flashes out, knowing that the chances for him getting the kill were quite slim.
But to make sure that the Shy can't actually bring this back into his favor, FPX are moving Tien and Doinby up to the top side. Blast Cone means he's going to get spotted out. Underneath the turret, the Shy is getting bullied again. The Flag and Drag doesn't connect. The Shy finally burns his flash, and Tien is knocked back by Infernal Chains. In comes Ning to save his life. The Shy's still alive! He's in the brush, he's ducking out, eventually he dies. But Ning brings the ultimate play, the shockwave comes through, Doinby tries to get something out of it, but Ning is running for his life while Rookie is just trying to go far.
Rookie's caught.
He gets pulled back in, Khan pokes him down, Doinby smacks him down. FPX win the fight, but IG make it close.
Yeah, wow, that was such a good play from the Shy, and he basically had the Umbral Dash animation hidden within one of his Q strikes, or I believe it was his E strike, so Tien really didn't notice that and was caught back underneath his own tower. That was such a good use of basically the tower obscuring vision.
This is what you get when you put 2 of the best teams in the world together. You get the World Champions of 2018, you get the World Champions of 2019, you throw them into a lane and you say, go.
Very well done on the mechanics, and you don't even see the Umbral the chains come out from the Shy at all. That was such a good animation cancel from his part. Rookie comes in and tries to save this, but we were talking about this before the game. Orianna, unfortunately, just isn't a champion that can turn these types of fight at level 9, and when she's trying to walk out of it, she even gets tagged by Doinby's Death's Grasp, and that's pretty much all she wrote.
Yeah. Close FPX win out. I love the fact that Doinby had to use his, realm for the Shy to take him down before he turned his tide onto Khan. So that makes things interesting, Clement. Towards the top side, still an advantage for Khan, but the Shy was able to get himself an assist, a bit of gold, and some gold onto Ning. We'll see if Ning can get towards the top side, because the Shy has finally been able to push out.
We're seeing pings go all across the map at this point, and FPX is basically tunneling all of their intention into this top lane. They're asking, hey, do they have any wards on this path from mid lane to top lane? If not, I'm going to come again. You see Chris already moving towards that lane. We call that the Silk Road to the side lanes.
Yeah. The grand challenge time, Clement. I'll pause you for a second. Khan on top of the Shy. Tien is here. I think he's going to die. An easy flag drag and an easy thank you given over to FPX again as a hook. What was that hook? You insane, man. The flash to come through. Southwind is matching him. Ning is alive for now.
Puff is here as
well.
well.
While the thresh was good, Tien comes through and cleans up Ning. Puff at low health as well. Khan jumps in. Chris lands yet another one. And in comes Doinby. Give me a replay, because that was a beautiful thresh Q.
Talk about death sentences being handed out, and Chris landed every one of them. That was across the wall, and I don't even think he had vision on that play.
I think there's a ward there. I don't care.
I'm not sure if it was dropped after or before, but that was some clean play from that Chris Brome.
I stand my ground, as that's what the Shy is doing with Khan right now. We'll get a quick look at that once again, but look at what is happening every time they fight. FPX are winning out. They've got the Brazil to live up to on the board now. They've got a 2K gold lead, and Doinby has 3 kills in a lane that he was getting smashed in.
Just watching this trade again, the Shy tries to hide himself by hugging the wall, but unfortunately the Vitals are already procced on the inner side. He gets down and is killed pretty fast from the fight. There's no ward in that location, and Chris was able to find that one blind.
He saw him jump over.
Yeah, he did see him jump over. That's
still brilliant.
Impressive.
You know, you think they're going to juke. He doesn't. He throws it out, and he makes it. And FPX clean up the rest of them, while Chris still looks damn good. Meanwhile, we're in the replay of the Dragon. Yep, Khan just kills the Shy. Okay.
Straight up solo kill here.
Yep.
And Ning always seems to be one step behind the play in that one. Not able to help his top laner out.
Doinby teleports in to match Rookie. Now they're just topside. I mean, Khan, that was so easy. The Shy's not going to have the same game. He can't get away with the same stuff he did against the Ornn. He's got a Fiora in the side lane that is destroying him now.
there's simply no way that the Shy can claw his way back into the lane just 1v1. He has to do something else where he needs to get proactive ganks from the rest of his teammate for this one to actually work out at this point. It's not like the previous game where the opponent is an Ornn and he can just freely farm his HP and push his waves out like that.
Yep.
And with the top lane play as well, what was so relieving about that for FPX is they got LWX back in the game. He actually was down 15-20 CS in the laning phase itself.
Now he's got back up. Now Puff is in a lot of trouble. The riposte comes through from Khan. He gets the movement speed. The Grand Challenge is still there. Walks over the side and cleans him up. Khan, welcome to the LPL, my friend.
He's going to be a very treasured addition to this FPX roster.
I'm sure he is. FPX, not only the bottom lane, but the top lane now. As into the Death Realm, Doomby brings the Shy. He's got the world end of it. I don't think he's any match for this 3-0 Mordekaiser, but I'll take that back for a second because you have a Shockwave, you have the damage, and you have Southwind. The Shy brings him back out and says, I have some help. Oh. He is going to die as well. Rookie survives. I love the LPL. Thank you, 2020.
40 HP on Rookie, but he gets the shield back to himself and the damage path through as well. Survives the play.
We're firing on all cylinders here in Game 2, Clement.
You can never keep the Shy completely out of the game.
You cannot. Doesn't matter if he's 0-4. He will catch up. Turrets being hit while all the shenanigans going topside. It was a bit of gold towards Khan in the bottom side, a bit more through the mid lane with LWX and Chris, and now finally the Shy gets some freedom in lane. He'll get some more gold towards his first item.
I've got to say that I think once more FPX has lost their patience a little bit. They were showing on the map with Crisp in the mid lane, but they still decided to go 2v. Look at this play here. Like, Crisp is nowhere near the scene. This is a 2v3 play. They think they can kill the Shy as soon as possible, but the Shy does a good job of just getting his stances back and healing up all of that damage lost. And he's been able to keep Doinby's HP low with the Executioner's calling as well.
Rookie got the shutdown, and he was able to pick up his first item off it. He's actually gone for the hose. So first item here on a phase rush Orianna. Nothing of the sort of the Luden's Echo instead. Oh, hang on a minute. That's going to be the dodge away through the Proto Belt, but FPX, the rest of them are here.
It always seems like the Shy's alone on this island, but can he actually outplay this? Doinby might be pushing a bit too far.
That Aatrox has no items, and he's able to 1v1 a Mordekaiser who's 3-1. That's Aatrox, I guess.
That was very good presence of mind from the Shy. He's going forward instead of going backwards. If he went back, the tower was low. There was a good chance that Chris could then impact the 1v1 and take his life.
That's true. They're constantly roaming towards the top side. They're continually bullying the Shy this game. But he's had enough.
I think at some point, you're going to see Khan go back and say, fine, I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
And just try to end the Aatrox.
He's had a Ravenous Hydra for about 3 minutes now, so this guy is stacked. We'll see what it's like when he gets back to the Shy, though, because the Shy should have a Black Cleaver at this point. He's been sitting on Phage and Kindle Gem for quite a while. Not just yet. Look at Rookie. Okay. There it is, finally. So the Shy waited, and first item now complete.
And I think this is a great time to take a look at the position from everyone on the map. Everyone's going to be gearing up for that next Drake fight. At the moment, FPX is going to have those lane leads. And there's only 1 minute down here, so you should start to seeing everyone kind of converge on that point. The Kiana ult is there as well. And once again, I feel like IG, for them, they do have to find flanking moments.
Oh no, hang on, pause a second, Clement.
Never
Rocky's
mind.
went too far in the lane. That was a great riposte from Khan. Forces the flash, but the problem is now, Ning is in the picture. Khan is running for his life. The Supreme display of talent against the wall. They get the ice, they get the lockdown, and they get the shutdown onto Ning. 600
HP. Everyone thought the attention was going to be in the bot lane, but you know, this is the LPL, you know. Everyone just thinks the opposite direction and tries to find catches as well.
That's right. Every lane is usually the go anyway. So Rookie survives once again. Khan goes down for a massive shutdown. All LWX and Crisp can do is push this mid lane turret and get a trade.
So here comes the real question, and I think one of the deciding fights that we're going to see in this game. Orianna doesn't have her ultimate, can't really join the fight at this point. And never mind, Kiana's actually in no position to challenge this one. So they do get the shutdown, but once again, they're going to be trading a big time bomb away to FPX, already stacking to 3 Drakes.
Yeah, remember what I talked about in the early game is that it's about the long con, it's about playing towards the soul. FPX, again, 3 consecutive Drakes. They've got the soul coming up next for Cloud. And that's the ult CDR that they're already building up. That's some movement speed with the ult as well. For a Fiora, that is gorgeous.
Yep. The 10% cooldown reduction onto ultimate really functionally changes a lot of assassins, especially champions like Corki, champions like Fizz. They actually really like that. It gives them so much more potential for damage dealing. And after that catch into the top lane, I want you to notice something is that Deshai is back in pretty even range against the Fiora at this point.
Yeah. CS is there. He's only about 15 behind at this point, which is so much less than you'd expect at this point in the game. And it's caught up in levels as well. So now actually going to be matching Khan in the side lane. Unless he sees him and says no. But Crisp is converging there as well. Can't get another blind hook.
For these team fights, in terms of the 5v5, I actually favor IG's composition a little more.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. They do have a more clear separation for midline and backline than FPX. I feel like FPX is actually quite prone to just stepping into an Orianna Shockwave. They do have to move forward to continue their damage.
You have to look at who's squishy at this point, and pretty much you say everyone. The Jarvan doesn't have his tank items. The Thresh is nowhere near. In fact, he's picked up a QSS. So Crisp has gone super defensive here in the early game, meaning that you're right. Someone's caught out if someone goes in first. Well, there's easy access. There's squishy members for IG to pick off. Yeah,
they don't have a lot of targets that can survive a rounded burst from IG, and that's going to give IG a lot of opportunities to just straight out throw engages at FPX and see if it sticks, see if they can get any catches. So for now, I think both teams are going to be pretty happy just farming out the wave. But when it comes down to it, the 5v5, I see a lot of explosive potential coming in from IG.
Well, they're going to have the Rift Herald to force this issue while FPX go towards the bottom side. This is the decision-making we were talking about a little bit earlier. IG, once again, for the objective top side, while FPX are forcing their way towards inhibitor turret.
FPX are not particularly confident on the team fights at this point. They're willing to just walk around the map and trade objectives. And having a Herald at this point in time is not really that effective. You have to be in a very good lane position. So getting that assured gold in hand, I think is a win for FPX.
Yeah, they're still pushing towards the bottom side. They free up mid as well. It's 2,000 gold and then some for FPX that they've maintained this game. But remember, game one was exactly the same. FPX held a controllable lead, or sorry, a controlled lead rather. And they maintained that pressure all across the game, but it was one play that Invictus Gaming took and then destroyed FPX with.
Yeah, if you really think about it, Deshai has so far outplayed 2 dives in this game.
Yeah.
The 3v1 in the top lane that got him an assist. Well, that was still bad for him, but you know, he did get on the board. And then the 3v2 that FPX kind of willed themselves into that gave Deshai another chunk of big gold. They got Fiora out the back of that and were able to get Deshai farming time too. So this has really been a story about FPX trying to keep Deshai down, but Deshai, like the Aatrox that was reworked, just keeps on rising.
Keeps on coming to the top. He's doing fine in lane, and Colonel says, okay, it might be FPX favored, but there's still that slimmer of hope. I'm guessing, Clement, we're seeing Rookie being the key person. That's the new part of the graphic for this year. What's going on in that top bottom right corner? You gotta tell me.
This is basically win rate predictions based on data collected throughout the entire, like, I think 2018 and forward. So they've been doing projections based on gold lead. I don't think it has anything to do with champions necessarily.
Okay.
So it's typically just very favored towards teams that have a small lead. It doesn't account for scaling that well.
Okay. Noted.
Yep.
I just saw Rookie's face and I thought, well, I'm going to assume that they think he's key to this game. And I would say for Invictus Gaming, now with Spellbinders attached, that's a 2-item Orianna with an interesting new build here this year.
And I do believe with Death's Realm, you can actually take Rookie's Ball into it as well. So you can maybe save your teammates from an AoE disaster if it does happen. That's maybe why they're highlighting Rookie.
Okay, I thought it fell off when he went into the when Ally went into the Death's Realm. I have to look out for that interaction. IG though, they've dropped the Rift Herald mid, they've pushed mid, in fact, and Tien was trying to find a flank position, but he's been caught out, he's been sent out, and the Rift Herald not going to find another charge, but it did help push down the outer turret mid. Alright, fight's going to start here for Zombie. Hey, there's a flash in with a grasp as well into the death realm once again. But look at this. Puff is just whacking down Doomby. Into the shield he must go. The flash away from the shockwave as the Cataclysm lands in the backside. There again is a misfortune ult. And the ult to layer down here from the Brom is a little bit too late. But FPX don't have the damage at this point. The Shy finally comes in. They're scattered across the board. And Khan, the most fed member of FPX, is late to the party. But meanwhile, LWX is pushing them away. It's close by health bars. And Khan finally feels the spirit of it. Picks off one on the backside. And FPX trade barrels.
A massive separated fight at the beginning of that one. I actually felt like Doinby picked off a little bit more than he could chew. And both of the mid laners didn't trade ults optimally. We only saw Chris being hit by the Shockwave coming in, and then FPX kind of fumbled their Cataclysm plus the Fiora coming into the team fight, so that gave IG a lot of chances here. I think it was pretty messy, but IG probably pushed themselves a little bit too hard trying to go for Khan in the 2v2 after that. But LWX with a good flash out, you know he doesn't get caught right here, but look at Khan. He's actually really trying to get into that Cataclysm. Can't find any purchase into the team fight, and later on, this is all good for IG. This is fine. They just do chase the 2v2 a bit too much after this one, as the Shy is prone to do.
And Khan re-engages this as well.
Oh, great EQ.
Hits the vitals, and yeah, sets up Khan for success.
It was a really good move from Tien. He gets the double knock up with his sliver of HP and turns the fight.
Okay, well, FPX still finding some favoritism here in the fights, but again,
that's the Dragon Soul. It's
the Dragon Soul that's been picked up. It's a Cloud this time around, so when Khan uses the Grand Challenge, he's going to gain a burst of movement speed. Going to make it so much easier for the 1v1s. And sets them up for an Elder as well in 4 minutes and 50 seconds. So we're once again to that Elder win condition nice and early, set up for FPX.
Yep. The 30% movement speed after the Cloud Drake just makes it so easy to hit all of the vitals around the target.
Yep.
You're basically going to be able to walk behind them.
Got Trinity Force now as well, so Khan's got his big 2 items. Side lane's going to be his to own with the Shy, who still only has the Black Cleaver, still building towards the Death Dance, and is a level down. Khan's waiting. If the Shy checks this, could be dead.
We've seen a lot of outplays, but the Shy's already used his cooldowns.
World Ender as well. Look at Khan's movement speed. This is what we're talking about. He's hit all vitals. He's got the Shy under his arm, but forcing a teleport here while the rest of the fight goes through the mid lane. FPX have been taken though. Puff finds the first kill and into the second. Southwind jumps forward and LWX can't 1v3. That's an instant triple kill to Puff. They've played that so damn well.
And FPX once again fall to their own split push. Doinby wasn't on the scene and they walk into a 2v3. Easy stand behind me coming in from Southwind, and they salvage the situation. This is going to be Baron.
Another Baron. Second game, IG going to pull out another Purple Worm. Khan trying to walk through, but Rookie's zoning him out.
Yeah, it does look like Doinby's going to have free purchase here. I think he's going to take down Puck.
Yeah, Nether Grasp, but this is onto Ning, so he can't get the Baron. He takes down the jungler. He steals the stats. He's got Puck, and now he's got Southwind. Another triple kill, but FPX will take it this time.
Oh, IG tried to ward everything in the river, but they didn't get the ramp. So Doinby actually has free access straight into the Baron pit.
The only factor you take from that one is the fact that Khan goes down to Rookie. IG taking small amounts when the margin is so wide on this now 6-2-1. Mordekaiser in the mid lane. He's got 2 items, Clement, and right now Doomby is the saving grace of FPX in this mid game.
That's always the scariest point, where Mordekaiser can start to split push against anyone on your team. He has the kills to now basically find his targets quite freely. And I think overall what we've caught from that fight is FPX are still a little bit questionable when it comes to cross-map plays, especially with the new member of Khan on the roster. That was a little bit weird as they came in. The main thing that happened right here is even though it technically should have been a 4v3 in this situation, Doinby was not on site. So it ended up being a 3v3 with some very good ability usages from IG, and Doinby still comes in to find redemption.
You know what really worked there for Doomby is he got the Death Realm down before he got stunned up.
Yep.
Meaning that no one could follow up, meaning Puff. So right now, the Varus, if he can't hit Doomby, it feels like no one can. 2 items here, Blade of the Ruined King. Guinsoo's Rage Blade also has himself the denying of healing towards FPX. Puff's had a great series so far, and he's going to be crucial in these upcoming fights.
I really want to see if IG can engineer sort of a front-to-back team fight. The Orianna ball is going to be massive here, and FPX don't really have a great front line to deal with it. So IG, I feel like they still have great chances to find a win, but they have to find ways and timings to kind of crack out of the 4-1 that FPX is throwing at them.
Yeah, because right now, positioning through mid, you can see that the Shy's getting shoved back. So IG feel like they're forced to run up mid to push it in and give some reprieve to the Shy, who's in danger of dying here underneath the turret. Khan's going to take the dive. Grand challenge is there into the world ender. Khan hasn't found the 4th vital yet. He flashes out. He actually can't find the last 2, as now FPX are forced to take the fight in mid themselves. Golden, Grand, no, it's not the play. That's going to be a shutdown going over to Puff once again. And FPX are down 1 member.
Man, the Shy just played that so well. Even though he was stunned up underneath his tower, his first instinct was to hug his tower. No grand challenge. The 4 vitals were not completely proc. You don't get the regen for Khan, and he's unable to stay underneath tower.
But here we go again. It's 5 versus 4 for 30 seconds. Doomby not available. And this Baron, it might not be super quick, but they've got an on-hit AD carry. It's going down.
This is going to come down to most likely a steal from Tien.
Ultimate interrupted on LWX. Southwind is over the wall. He flashes back, but not in time. LWX gets the support of Invictus Gaming, and that's enough to pull them off the Baron.
Once again, Ning misses his ultimate. That one didn't actually land on the terrain. It was supposed to.
And the Shy goes back in for a cheeky poke, and he might die because of it. He flashes over the wall. Khan forces the summoner.
I actually think if Ning landed his ult correctly on LWX, that should have stopped the bullet time and also took his life as well. So just a little bit of misplay, but very large consequences. It was a good setup, unfortunately not well executed.
Okay, but Clement right now, important thing is IG are looking for a trade. Elder Dragon is going to be picked up here by FPX.
Doinby's going down to try and get the same tricks.
It's 2 versus 3. He's running
there
in onto Ning. That's the power of Mordekaiser. And they've jumped right back on the Baron. It's still getting proc. Doomby zoning as well. Baron's going to reset while Doomby finds yet another kill onto Rookie. Khan comes in and spanks the Shy while Puff has nowhere to go. FPX get 4 and are charging towards mid.
2 times in the same game. Doinby just outsmarts the crew from IG. Takes Ning away to the Death Realm. He cannot smite the Baron anymore. He can't even see the Baron. And they're able to take both major objectives on the map.
With the new Elder, you just can't fight because you get to 20% and you get blasted. Death timers might not be enough, but FPX think it's okay. They're going for the end.
Yeah, there's only Southwind here to stop. Ning is back, but he's caught already.
Well, they're going to take the fight. Ning is blasted. That's the execution we're talking about. And FPX fight back strong here in game number 2. They'll turn their attention to the Nexus. And thank you, says Hysterics, for a game 3 between these 2 teams.
FPX claw their way back into the series, and they showcase everything that we wanted them to. The counter pick, the last pick going towards Khan, showcasing that he can stand up to the Shy, play an aggressive matchup, and have the good synergy with Tien to shut him down early.
Because we got that carry matchup, didn't we? We got what we asked for, and Khan showcased he was the better top lane in that second game at least. And you can see, look at Khan's damage. He ran that solo lane, he ran the fights, and he ran that last play, which really caught IG out.
This game felt like it was inevitably going to go to the Shy still being able to influence the team fights, and it was actually really close on that Baron play. I actually felt like if IG, that was a critical play for me, if IG's Ning was able to land his supreme display of talent onto the red wall instead of the Krug wall, that probably would have been over, because that would have stunned up LWX, stopped a lot of damage incoming, they would have been able to do cleanup, and they had a 5v4 advantage at that point. So, unfortunately, with that going awry, Ning just instantly evaporates, and FPX are able to come in.
I will say, though, for Ning, still hitting some good ults, some bads. Inconsistency still feels like it's there for IG's jungler, but at the very least, it's good to see FPX close this one out after what was a successful game 1-2, but ran away from them.
Yeah, it was, once again, a very good early game coming in from FPX. But what we've been seeing again and again is I don't think they have the best synergy, established with Khan just yet. And that's to be expected with a new player coming in. Whenever they're doing split decisions, IG has consistently came out on top, whether it's been the team fights, whether it's been the 2v1s in terms of the side lanes. So those are clear points that can be improved upon. Also, Doinby, you know, he's taking a lot of risky plays with the Shy, and I think he's taking it very personal.
He was really gung-ho in that second game. Which is always good to see in a way as well. It's the confidence out of Doinby that leads this team, that, you know, helps FPX. And you're talking about cross-map plays. Remember, the bonus of Gimgoon was that he could participate with FPX. He followed. He never led. Looks like Khan's doing a lot of leading here for FPX.
Yeah, and I really want to see if IG now with side selection in Game 3 actually switches back to red side, because that will give the Shy a very strong opportunity to do the counter plays.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that generally on this patch, it's much more blue side favored patch because of Aphelios, Akali.
A lot of strong first picks.
Yes,
right?
A lot of strong first picks that are almost always perma-banned in the meta at the point. But the ability to give the Shy that counter pick, that just sounds so juicy. And with how well he's been doing, I don't think you're going to be able to shut him down the way FPX has been playing.
That's how they played in 2019. The red side was IG favored. So we'll see what changes going into Game 3, the final game between FPX and IG.